we are here to see that the situation at Bogotá, which is different, I understand, from other parts of Colombia, and that we haven't observed, and I can't actually take any statement in that, but I know that what we talked about with Bogotá is that Bogotá's put money for education for about maybe 10 years or something like that, so they are at a certain level already where we can build on, and how we see it is to make an example of Bogotá could be beneficial for the rest of the country as well. So in that way, there are some structures that are crucial to be built on, and Bogotá has taken those first steps, which is, I think, marvelous already with the resources that you have. And also, we do want to promote those kind of ideas that doesn't need so much money or doesn't need so much, so many changes in the way that the whole thing is funded. For example, what we found out is that in the communities there are lots of resources or lots of skillful people in the communities, and these communities are in huge role. The schools that we've been visiting, they are in the rural areas of Bogotá, and they're in the poor areas. But if we could create a culture in those schools that the school is actually sort of the way out or the way to better life in those areas, then the whole community could support, and the lack of support that the parents, for example, the parents of those students might be the ones that didn't go to school, so they don't see that the school is, they want their children rather be working or rather be doing other things than school. They don't think that school is so important. But if we can create the culture in the school that the school is actually the best place for the students, and then the family is supporting the students to be in the school, and the trust between the school and the community, then there is again something else to build on. So these are just kind of remarks that we made.
Quisiera realizarles varias preguntas. Dentro de ellas, una es, su plan de estudios dice que el niño siempre debe ser feliz, no estresarlo, y que él viva como en su casa, que el colegio sea como su casa. En cambio, acá al maestro le dan 40 niños con miles de necesidades, y cómo ustedes logran no estresarlos si les piden metas, y de hecho logran las metas. Cuando hay un niño que no quiere trabajar, que es perezoso, ¿qué metodologías usan los maestros para lograr eso?
Of course, then it's totally different thing than having 20 students in a classroom and Finnish students, or how was it? But I think you have already here. I don't know how well you are networking together, but one key element is already here in this room. You have teachers all around from Colombia, if I understood right, from public school, from private schools. So gather together, link up, and share your best practices. I mean, your friend next to you could be suffering from the same kind of problems. If you share your problems, you might come up with new ideas as well.
I just want to say that it's a bit of an overstatement that we want our students to be happy. We want them to be motivated, and we want them to enjoy learning, which is, I see, it's quite different from being just happy in schools. And we found out that the more we sort of give them responsibility of their own learning, the more motivated they are, and the more willing they are to work, and the less stressed they are, because they're actually enjoying their learning for life, not just an exam. We have to remember that the system in Finland is different. We don't have any standardized exams or standardized tests in our schools, so the students, they don't have to stress about the final year test or every second year test. They can learn. Teachers, they don't have to stress. Teachers are normally with the students for 3, 4, 5 years, so they have all the time to learn with them, to teach them. So they're not in a hurry. They don't have to go through certain things before the exam, so that the students are prepared. They're more likely to promote and motivate the students to learn what they want to learn deeper way. So in that way, the system is a bit different.
And if I can add to that, that in Finland, most of the students, they know why they are in the school. And what I noticed here when I was interviewing students, most of them, they didn't have a clue why they are in the school. So that's kind of a problem in how to motivate students if they have no idea why they are in the school. Then it's just an institution or daycare where they go. So kind of relating the educational system in school to the real life of the students. So for example, if you have a subject or a topic, instead of just going through the aims of that subject or topic, you could try to find a real, kind of a bridge in real life. When I was a little kid, at that time in Finland we studied foreign language in the 3rd grade. So I started on 3rd grade when I was 9 years old. I started to learn English, and my motivation was purely that I wanted to be able to watch American TV series by myself. So I wanted to watch Miami Vice and Knight Rider and this kind of TV series. So I was highly motivated to study and learn English. So it was not necessarily related to what was the aim of the school back then, but I had my own motivation. And I'm sure that even though you have 40 stressed kids in the school, they are motivated out of something.
¿Cómo trabajamos en Finlandia en un aula? Si yo tengo una idea o veo que algo no funciona, lo paro y no lo sigo. Lo cambio todo y empiezo a hacer algo nuevo. Pues aquí los niños están jugando a... It's from Harry Potter, the game they What was it?
Los príncipes se disfrazan de personajes.
Yeah.
No, it's on the broom.
Wait.
The game is on the broom?
No,
Yes.
They are flying. Yeah, they are flying.
Las escobas.
Sí, con las escobas, sí. Y así aprendemos, por ejemplo, literatura, el tema de Harry Potter y otros temas de ese mundo de magia. Sacamos, por ejemplo, el tema de convivencia, temas como equidad, bullying y otros. Y como ven, los niños muy alucinados. Aquí vemos a una docente con el chaleco amarillo, pues sus niños tienen muchísimos problemas y problemas con el aprendizaje. Y ella está trabajando muy fuerte con ellos. Era un grupo de 10 alumnos que escapaban del colegio y los teníamos que buscar por la calle y ir corriendo detrás de ellos, pero ahora ya están en el 2º grado y van mejorando con este estilo de enseñar. Aquí mi colega Leila. Como ven, mucho deporte, mucho ejercicio físico durante el día. Aquí pues el colegio preparándose para la Navidad, el colegio de mi hija. Yo en mi clase enseño a tocar a un instrumento musical que lo llamamos melódico, pero no sé si tiene el mismo nombre. Melódica, ¿sí? Aquí, pues, unas fotos de mis alumnos. Hemos creado un grupo en WhatsApp. Uno de mis alumnos, Santeri, Tatu y Teemu, me mandan fotos en WhatsApp, me preguntan cualquier cosa después del día escolar.
Particular, but I would say that what we noticed that you have a lot of stuff in the school. You have, well, principal is the clear leader. Then you have different kind of coordinators who are not necessarily doesn't do anything related to the school's educational or pedagogical leadership, but they are still there in the school coordinating something. And then you have the teachers there, and you have other office stuff as well. If you are a teacher, you should be only worried about teaching, not any official work or anything like that. So if you have these coordinators, for example, in school working, if you could reorganize what everybody are doing in the school, that would give maybe more time for the teacher to concentrate on the teaching. Last July we went back to there yesterday, and the normal school semester was already over, so there was only those students in the school anymore who didn't pass their classes or subjects. And the amount of students there was huge. There was like 20-25% of the students who were still at the school because they didn't have passed their tests or exams. And I pointed out there a little bit provocative question, saying that is it the problem of the students, or is it the problem of the evaluations, or is it the problem of how you teach them? Because if so many students are not passing the test, there is a problem in somewhere, and I don't think that it's not necessarily the problem of the students. So there is kind of a good example on why we should and you should develop the whole educational system, whether it's cutting off the enormous amount.
Teachers are actually following the norms and doing that makes me ask you a question. Why do you educate your teachers so well? You are in 4 years of university, and then you work in the schools, and then till you come back to university to do your master's degree. It's a huge amount of education for repeating whatever is taught you to be doing in the classroom. So that's something that's a huge waste of resources and huge waste of skillful. And then if you take any part else in the world, teachers are not educated that well. Teachers are mostly, they go to college for 2 years and then they are teachers, and that's it. But you clearly you have a system where you educate your teachers very well, yet the teachers are not able to do whatever they are educated for. So in that way, if that's the message we can take to the Secretary or the Minister of Education, that we are happy to do that, but that's something.